My name's Kavit.
Kavit.
I'm 34. I'm from New York City, and I work as a science teacher as well as a HIV activist.
How long have you been here in Vietnam?
I've been in Vietnam for 7 years.
1 year longer than me. Xin chào.
Hey, xin chào to all the Vietnamese I know, and come on.
Cảm ơn hả?
Why you stay here like for 7 years?
You know, it's just not a language that connects with me. I tried so hard.
Where did you stay?
So for most of my time has been in Saigon, but I was in Haiphong for a little while.
Hải Phòng.
Why do you choose Vietnam to leave and start your career?
So when I was in university, I had a professor who did work here in Ho Chi Minh City. When I was looking for places to go outside of the United States, I was like, yeah, that's where I want to go.
Okay.
What do you like the most in Vietnam?
Honestly, it's the food from foreigners.
Foreigners food?
I know that's not a popular opinion, but Vietnam has a really great foodie scene that also some Vietnamese people, chefs, are getting involved in.
Yeah.
You can get all of the world's food
Yeah.
in these really cheap places. And I love it.
Yeah. International dishes all in one place.
Yep.
Yeah, that's correct.
I also like that there is a sense of hope or promise here. I feel like when I left America, people were sort of feeling like nothing was really gonna happen anymore. They sort of just gave up. And when you come here, the Vietnamese people have a real sort of sense that the promise is still in the future and things can get better.
That's how I feel about Vietnam. I feel people in Vietnam are very present, very here and now, and quite hopeful and friendly.
Specialty of Vietnamese is the warm heart.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have an example. I lost all of my clothes twice.
How did you lose all of your clothes? Did you go partying and
Same
just
question.
forgot your clothes? What did you do?
It was in a hotel, right? And my clothes got stolen. In Thailand, I felt like they gave me clothes, but they had some sort of you need to do this for me. In Vietnam, the people at my work, they're just like, here, let me buy you some pants. And I was like, oh.
Nice with no reason.
Yes.
No, I think they have a big reason because he looks so sexy.
I get this kind of feeling that you're so handsome but so shy and cute, like a puppy.
I'm only shy until you really get to know me.
Okay. Then you take your underpants off and you shoot.
I'm more of an observer, and then when I get comfortable, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Can we talk about your childhood? When did you recognize that you are different from the other boys?
When I was in 6th grade, I had a crush on a girl, which I didn't actually know was a crush on a girl.
A crush.
And then I never had one again. I don't feel anything. I don't know what's happening. And then I was in gym class.
Okay, gym class. Do you have a gym class story?
No. Nope.
I used to be really, really skinny and really small and had huge glasses and bunch of acne. I think I weighed maybe 45 kilograms.
45. Ổn quá à.
My family didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't have a lot of food. So I just, I was, not great. So when I was in gym class and I would see these jocks, it's I noticed something was different about
Alaska, please.
I misinterpreted it as me sort of hero worshipping them. And it was just sort of became obsessive hero worshipping them. I joined track in order to sort of watch the jocks.
Hey there, handsome. I can see your butt.
Alaska.
Then I was at a hardware store one time, and that was undeniable at that point.
So that was how old?
I was 14.
With that age, you had to face with many difficulties, right?
Yes, so I grew up in a Muslim household
Where was that?
in New York City.
New York City, in a Muslim household.
In America at the time, there was a lot of very anti-gay. Now,
Anti-gay.
not so much. And at that time, there were so many things the national conversation every day was about how gay people were bad, how gay people were evil.
Spreading HIV, I heard things like that.
Yep. For about 2 or 3 years, I became very sort of ashamed of my sexuality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just never really talked about it.
And how could you overcome that feeling?
I moved out of my house,
How old were you?
16.
Why did you move out?
My family wasn't great. My mom was actually a wonderful woman. But and she was sex rights activist, women's rights activist in the Middle East.
In the Middle East.
So my mom's Arab and my dad's white.
I'm very interested. I'm very interested to know. Your mom is Arabic and your dad is white, and you grew up in New York. And you had a good relationship with your mom.
Yes.
And your dad, no, not really.
No. He didn't like that I was gay. I mean, we never really talked about it. But like one day I was researching on the internet a school project. Well, and it was for a book, but at the same time I was researching like, how do you know if you're gay?
Okay, I understand.
And I woke up one day to find my dad had found all of that on the internet and became very like angry about it. And so I pretended that I was just researching it for that book.
Smart way to lie, but not good.
Not good. My mom was Muslim, my dad was Christian. Everyone in the Middle East is sort of like strong religious and anti-gay. There's a lot of complex movements in there. There's a lot of people fighting for queer rights, like very, very anti-gay. Like for example, you become a man in Middle Eastern society when you get your first beard.
Oh, how old were you when you got your beard?
15.
Whoa!
15?
15 when he got a beard. Wow, you must have been the hairiest guy at school.
I call it a beard mitzvah. A beard mitzvah is when you become a man.
Beard
mitzvah. But what ended up making you move out of the house?
My family didn't like my education.
Where did you study?
When we came to the United States, we're sort of the belief that you should become a blue-collar kind of person.
Blue collar, like businessman.
Well, no, that's white collar.
Oh, sorry.
So like the truckers, the mechanics, that kind of stuff. My dad couldn't read, and I was in gifted and talented programs. He just made it really impossible for me to study, and he made me fail a class in my high school. So I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this. So I moved out, and then soon after, my family died, so.
Oh my God, your family died? What happened?
They were in a car wreck with my mom, so.
All of them? Oh my God, that's terrible.
I mean, it's been 17 years. So.
And now, do you have any other family members?
No. I create my own family.
Promise you can be my brother from now on.
Okay.
Imagine.
I'm like speechless.
Yeah, I'm also speechless. Like, I can't imagine. How did you get through that?
You know, when I was very young, I sort of was very strong about my own identity. I sort of knew who I was. I sort of separated out. But very quickly, I sort of realized that when you're orphaned, you have to be everything for yourself. So I am my cheerleader. I'm the one who motivates me. I'm the one who tells me that I'm being dumb.
You having to be strong all the time, you can sometimes be perfectionist towards yourself.
Yes. This is something it took me a while to realize when I was watching other families work. Your mom might, be the one who encourages you and tells you, like, you're doing great, Your dad's like, do better.
Yeah.
Right.
Be stronger, do better.
Your brother and sister, or maybe your confidants, and they sort of there. But I knew that I needed to be all of those people, and I just had to keep going. My approach to life is that you just have to keep walking one step ahead at a time, even if you're walking into a wall.
So inspirational, hey? You should be very proud of yourself. That's really so much courage. Like, I can't imagine what I would do if I was in that situation.
Me too.
And then what happened? Where did you go?
I lived with a Saudi businessman in his closet.
Saudi businessman in his closet.
Well, I mean, New York City is expensive.
Whoa!
I wanted to...
Was it a nice closet?
No, but he wasn't there often.
Okay.
So I just had like a cot in the closet, and I just lived there.
When life is so hard to you, do you have any close friend or
Oh yeah.
to share it?
Yeah, my friends are my family. Sometimes I don't think they know that. I have one, my best friend who lives in the state of Montana now, and I have a great friend in Panama. I have a very good friend here. He's one of the drag queens over at Gender Funk.
Yeah.
His name is Sen. I have some people who I trust and love.
Friends everywhere, hey? You're an international citizen.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I come across very intimidating to a lot of people or slightly scary.
Yeah.
Well, then, so I don't know if it's my physical thing, but my face is often reading like, I'm gonna kill you. Inside, I'm like, everything is great and wonderful.
Yeah.
I think it comes across often as closed off. Yeah, so like when I'm at a bar where nobody ever talks to me out there.
Oh, you better go talk to him when he's at the bar.
I don't like to go to the bar actually.
Have you ever approached a guy at the bar?
Not yet.
Wait,
Why?
Because I don't want to do that like that much.
You want to be approached.
Not really.
So you never flirt with people, but you don't really want them to flirt with you either.
Actually, yeah.
So what? How does that work?
why?
I live in a traditional house and I don't like to go out to make friends or flirting.
Solitude kind of
many
guy.
times. Yeah.
Would you say
Kind
that
of.
you're solitude-y?
I like my alone time. Yeah, I'm definitely more of an introverted person, you know? So you usually, if you want to engage me, you're going to want to do it on some deeper topics, which is hard in a bar, yeah? I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
I still challenge myself to go out and talk to people at a bar. Usually when I go and walk by them, they get all nervous, and walk away.
Can you imagine him nervous?
Not,
You're so handsome.
Well, I mean, I can't be nervous at a bar. It's not my normal like setting. Like a couple like small things are, right? If you want to talk to me at a bar, you have to go up and talk to me.
Okay.
I'm not the best at this.
So tell me about love stories.
I haven't been on a date in 10 years.
10 years.
I've had a couple boyfriends in my life. I actually DJ'd my ex's wedding in Mumbai.
What songs did you play?
Well, I do a lot of music journalism, and he really liked my music tastes. And I actually introduced him and his husband.
Holy moly. So were you broken up at the time when you introduced him to the new husband?
Oh, yeah. And they are very good together. So they invited me to their wedding to give a speech and to DJ, and it was really nice. A lot of us still have to go through sort of the high school love that straight people go through.
Ooh, high school love.
You know, that's sort of overly dramatic, like everyone is sort of like, oh, it's my first love, it's the biggest thing in the world, I'm never gonna fall in love again, oh my God,
Ever
what's gonna
together,
happen?
you and me, nobody
Yes.
else, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, and so in that there's a lot of jealousy and there's a lot of like hurt feelings. They don't quite know how to sort of deal with the relationship in that way. But for me, like I've never been jealous. I think that by losing people in my life, I know that I'm just glad to have them around. Like no matter what. The best date I was ever on was, well, most people would consider this a terrible date. I thought it was amazing. So we were supposed to go out to a bar, and he's a graduate student, and I was a university student taking.
Here in Vietnam?
No, in Seattle, where I went to university.
Seattle.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go out to a bar," and when he picked me up in his car, he's like, "Actually, the Canadian election returns are on tonight. Can we go watch that?" And I was like, "Yes." Yes, please. I had known nothing about the Canadian election system, and he sat down there and explained it to me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so enamored right now. He made me some food. When I didn't understand something, he showed me a documentary, and I was like, this is amazing. But it was just sort of on the topics that I like. We sort of both had that topic, the same sort of passions, and that sort of building and adding on each other. Yeah.
And then you dated?
Well, then he actually had to go do some research in France, and I never saw him again.
Okay.
Terrible ending. That's a terrible
Such
ending.
a love story.
I don't view it that way. I view it as giving me a standard of what I want.
Oh my God, how optimistic is that? When something bad happened to him, he viewed it as a standard, what he wants in his life.
So are you in relationship this time?
No?
No.
Single, hard to get, wants to be approached, very handsome, but shy.
I'm a lot of conflicting things.
That's like a paradox walking around.
Yes, it is.
So let's talk about the LGBT community in Vietnam compared to, you said New York, right?
I lived in New York and Seattle.
Can you tell us a little bit about the LGBT community over there compared to how it is here?
I think there's a lot less people who feel like they need to sort of hide their sexuality.
In Vietnam.
In America.
But in Vietnam, it's different.
Yeah, so many times I'll meet a Vietnamese guy who is out when he's here. But when you go to his hometown, yeah, that's not happening.
Super secret.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't think anybody should ever be forced to come out until they feel like they need to or they're comfortable to. But in America, it's more like common. You'll see bigger bars, you'll see like many different bars. And I think there's just a little bit more awareness about sexual health in
sexual
America.
health within the LGBT community.
Yeah, those are your biggest changes.
So do you have any plan for your future in Vietnam?
So in my future, for right now, I just want to develop these HIV programs out in there. I like to work with other sort of gay organizations, and I'd like to do something called volunteering.
Volunteering?
Volunteering? What's that?
Do you know queer?
Queer, yeah.
So
Volunteer and
volunteer.
Oh, I got it.
There's a lot of foreigners I know who would love to get involved in this. And last summer during the Pride events, I actually had a small booth that I was trying to get referrals between like foreigners and gay organizations. So I'd like to sort of develop that.
Do you have any message that you want to share with the LGBT community?
Yeah, the idea that you're gonna come out once is a misconception. I wish I had known that very early, that I have to every day often think about if I'm going to come out.
Yeah.
I have to do that at my job, I have to do that in everyday situations, and that you get stronger at it each time, but use each time as practice to where you can become more comfortable with it.
As a gay person, you come out every single day in every single situation.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.